Hello, traders. Welcome to the Monday stream where we were so close, weren't we? To prosperity, to glory. But then the futures had to reverse. We got tariffs coming in for what? Japan, South Korea, South Africa. You got Elon Musk, right? Starting a new political party. So, and you have a really extended rally that's been going on for 2 months on the index funds. Price discovery for a couple Mag 7s like Microsoft and Meta. Well, Meta didn't really go into price discovery, but did hit an all-time high, and it did okay today. Nvidia all-time highs, but you got a pullback today, which could have quite possibly correlated to why Bitcoin has pulled back. But unfortunately for Bitcoin, man, this is just not an area where you want to be reversing. Okay, this is not an area where you want to be indubitably painting a potential tweezer top reversal. It's the worst area ever. If it's in a random area, no big deal, but it's like literally happening at the old all-time high from January 20th. Okay, I'm not painting it. Don't get mad at me for reporting what's literally happening right now. You're not just rejecting the level, you're falling below all resistance, all of it. Okay, 109.35801, the supply line of the channel that you've been contained within since late May, and now the old all-time high from December of last year. All those levels are being recaptured by the sellers. You know, like that's the data that exists right now. And I hope it like tomorrow we wake up and oh my God, we're at 112K. But it's just not, we have to see that data to be able to talk about it. And this is what we have. Okay, that's it. And it's not great. I mean, like if it's real and catches follow through, we're screwed. It would be the third peak, and just forms of confirmation. What was once resistance is certainly resistance again. And I hope we have a good power hour. I really do. 49 minutes till the daily close. I hope it ends spectacularly. The buyers come in and we go nuts. The futures on the U.S. futures rally like crazy in the next hour. And no big deal. It wasn't a bearish engulfing candle being painted with the tweezer top. So let's just pray we don't close below 108.454. That's a mouthful of data that just you got to be really cautious. I know, man. Everyone's anticipating all-time highs in July. It's never happened before. All-time high price discovery in July has never happened on Bitcoin in its history. But people are anticipating it. They think it's going to happen, and it very well could. And I can't wait for it to happen. I'm so excited, but you can't stop me from like still pointing out what is currently ongoing at a key level. My God. Okay, so that's like the Bitcoin update that no one wants to hear. Like no one in the world. We should be doing the inverse. We should be back testing 109.358 as support, or all these levels that are being violated. We should be testing them all as support. We're just not doing it. It's really annoying. Do you understand, chat, where I'm coming from? Like, I don't want to be the harbinger of, like, bad news. This is just bad news. Until new data presents itself that would give us good news, which complete invalidation of this new development would be price on Bitcoin above 109.760. Above the tweezer top peaks 1 and 2 yesterday and today, the exact same highs intraday. That's what gives you a tweezer top. That would be invalidated if buyers came in tomorrow, the coming days, and broke that. And then no big deal. Never has been, never will be. No big deal. Okay, we're good. We're going to moon. But until then, you got to just be really cautious, because we were discussing yesterday. It really is kind of like the highest risk area to be taking fresh longs as some sort of swing trader. There is no strategy involved with longing right here. Even if it went higher, you can be a holder, dude, all day. You just if you're a holder, you understand, like, in the short term, there could be some good downside and you'd be holding the bag for a while, but eventually everything will be fine. If you give it enough time, Bitcoin will be at 150K. Fine. It might take 6 months, a year, whatever, but there's a difference between being a long-term holder, buying whenever, blindfold on, eyes closed, and trying to be a little more strategic when you're taking longs. And this is not a strategic level to be taking longs, even if we blew up and went to all-time highs tomorrow. I don't make the rules. Yeah, the technical argument. That's why we're here. That's like why you come here, because we're speaking the language of the technicals. We're speaking the language of the data that is presented to us every day, and we try to make sense of what's happening. And this is just not a good piece for now. Again, it's not about what I hope, because I hope we're at $150,000 literally tomorrow. Okay, I'm not negative. I'm not being like that. I'm not being toxic. It's there until it's not, and then holy crap, we're good, man. Again, you got 45 minutes to go. Magic happens in power hour, so let's hope that this little 4-hour level holds and we're just gonna moon. I want it, dude. Maybe more than you. All right, Ethereum down 1%, 1.12% today. No big deal. Sideways after recapturing the channel, recapturing the 200-day simple moving average. Kind of just a neutral day today. Not much going on. It's not a big deal. No bearish technical stuff happening like it literally is happening on Bitcoin. So it's just all about what's Bitcoin going to do here. Is it going to actually tweezer top, bearish engulfing below all the key levels? And then tomorrow, are we going to catch follow through price action to the downside? You can almost guarantee it if the U.S. futures roll over. Hopefully they don't. But that's just where we stand on Ethereum. Above key levels, not much has changed from yesterday. Okay, nice. XRP, man, XRP was so disappointing. It was like, oh, bro, we're up 3% with Bitcoin being down 1.5%. That was happening today. Hey, everything's red, including the Mag 7s pretty much. And XRP in a world of its own until it was not. Still considering it, all the red today, it's up 0.19%, but dude, being up over 3% was a lot better. I mean, you intraday saw your highest price since May 27th. You almost saw the 200-day simple moving average, but you didn't. Yeah, that's just what happens, man. That's the hard part about this market, man. Like, Bitcoin butting up against old all-time highs, channels, trying to break out, failing to break out, limited upside potentially in the short term, very short term. That makes it a very tough environment for altcoins to be able to do literally anything, even if they look kind of okay. Like XRP has been looking okay. Bullish dragon breakout, the dragon tail in the midst of being painted. We'll see the dragon tail take us to 260. Well, that's kind of tough, man, when Bitcoin's just failing to break levels and then confirming its failure to break levels and then tweezer topping and then falling below other levels that are important, on the daily. It's just tough, even for something that was outperforming for a minute. Annoying. Okay, so I'm at XRP. It was good and then it's not, but it's still okay. You're still going for your highest daily candle close since June 10th, so that we're talking nearly 1 month highs on one of your largest cryptos ever. It's the dragon. I hope the dragon tail is written about in books and fairy tales thousands of years from now. This one, I hope. Solana down 2%. Oof, just. It looked okay on the 4-hour kinda. Now it's like, okay. Now like the new data piece, right? It's like, 1 and 2. They're confirming a bottom, chat. And then they're rallying, and it's like, oh my God, what are they doing? Why are we 1, 2, 3 here? Why are we showing distribution now? Like, where we're going. We're going to 135.81, and Bitcoin does not hold. If we catch follow through tomorrow on that bearish engulfing candle, if it's real, I'd say, why? Why are we doing this? This is like the grossest thing. Stop with the distribution when you're trying to show confirmation of accumulation. This is a whack market, dude. Whack. Hey, momentum shifting into the hands of the buyers, and then it's like, well, now we're like less than before locally. Ugh, almost like untradeable. It's just like, oh, we're at the casino and we're at the Solana slot machine. Have fun with the slot machine. So many mixed signals you're getting on this crap. Summertime. That's typically when you get sideways, coin flip, lulls. So whatever. Hopefully 145 holds up. Ugh. Yeah, man, sometimes it's just good to touch grass. Or to be long on BTBT or gold silver miners, right? BNB. It's just flat today. They're trying to recapture 661. No higher highs yet. Waiting on a higher high. I can't. I'll be so excited. I'll be more excited than you if BNB sees 675 or so. So we're still like the lowest low, and now we're working on the lowest high until we're not, and that's what we're waiting on. That data piece will be really important. So we can say, oh, there's not distribution continuing to reverse here to the downside. It would be terrible. But we haven't yet, so maybe there's a chance we're going to invalidate that head and shoulders again, 675 or higher. All right. So those are your big cryptos, dude. I mean, nothing crazy. Could have been crazy on XRP. They took it away from us. Ask Jonathan how he's doing. Did you have a good weekend, Jonathan? Happy 4th of July. Was it good, man?
I like turtle.
All right. Still contained within the perimeters of the downsloping channel. Yet to see a test of the supply line again, though. Past 2 days. Not enough demand, it seems. As you saw it on the 3rd. No longer. Not as bad, because you're not bearishly engulfing like kind of Bitcoins they're trying to do on Bitcoin. Again, we got time. 39 minutes. You may not bearish engulf, and that'd be great. That's just where you are. You know, you're down 0.93%, almost 1%, and that's about it. Still maybe working on your lowest high, you know, 1, 2, 3. Either way, like, right, I think if we have a rule of 3 situation, understand that doesn't mean it's we're guaranteed going lower. It just means you're going to resolve the consolidation. The consolidation's probability for resolution will be elevated after a 3rd peak, 3rd test. It's just the way, it's a phenomenon. It's like gap fills. Hey, it's Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson tipped $25. Hi Mitch, thanks for your continued efforts. What are your thoughts on your Jetty, RGTI, and her technicals?
Rigetti, man. Well, we had identified the harmonic framework on that one, and it looked great, and then it started resolving the way we would have hoped. And we'll look at it, certainly. Thank you so much, dude. Quantum computing, Rigetti. Thanks. All right. Now we can just switch some gears here. S&P 500 finally cooled off a little bit, down 0.75%. That gap fill was like imminent, right? They did it on a half day, on the 3rd, and it's like that. That's gonna it filled, and now we have unfilled gaps, many below us, but that one filled, and you're down another 0.14% after hours. So just the last trading session, all-time highs, and no more. I mean, again, just such a long, extended rally with no major retraces. We had a 113% I don't even know if we're at a 113% retrace. Give me one sec. Let's see. 113. Oh, not even. We're at a 111. So 113 would be just a little bit higher. Yeah, 627.80. Yeah, we're getting close. 113. Just a Fibonacci number. But yeah, the thing is, though, people are just going to lose their minds if like a retrace begins and we pull back, we eventually fill a gap, 600. It's Stray.
Stray tip $25. Hey Jonathan, what's up in the world today? Can we play dealer's choice? Also buy all the fancy Italian clothing you can right now. Kitan is dirt cheap. Also Jonathan Nation.
I like turtles.
Sorry, he only had one thing to say, and it was he liked turtles. Stray, thanks so much, dude, for 25. Sam and Stray. Dealer's choice. All right, we'll do. We'll shuffle some cards, man. I'll figure something out. It'll be good, hopefully. Thanks, dude. Yeah, so much needed cool off gap fill type of day. It could continue. No big deal. Dow Jones. Big, pretty much bearish engulfing candle. Gap fill. There are more gap. There are a lot of gaps on the Dow Jones. But where are we? 88% retrace. I mean, if you're going to get a reaction at some point, would it not be here? I mean, not on the SPY and NASDAQ, but right around that area. They exceeded it. They exceeded the 886 like mad people, madmen. But that's just one candle. You got to get follow through. But it was down 0.94% today. But you're just extended, man. You're extended, and you're starting to get to levels where, okay, if we pull back and fill some gaps over the next month, no big deal. But this is definitely an area where you can't be surprised. That's a big rally, man. I mean, it is like up to us to try to take advantage of waves up, C to D waves, dragon tails. We got to take advantage of them when we can, and then when you start getting long in the tooth of the waves, you got to know all waves come to an end. Even if they extend onward to all-time highs, go to 113% retraces, they can still pull back eventually, and it looks like we're starting to get that today. Tomorrow will be very important to see if we catch follow through. Then you know, oh yeah, these gaps are probably filling sooner rather than later. NASDAQ, same situation. Let's just say I own golf clubs. Pulse Playa. I own golf clubs. You know, I can hit the irons pretty well. I got a decent drive. You know, I don't play that often. No, not really. I like Top Golf. It's fun. It's like a driving range, you know. More social experience. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting new clubs and getting back at it. It's tougher being so close to the city, and you know, Miami is like the worst place ever to drive. It was voted worst place to drive in America. So that gap from the third is filled today, and that's it. So the longer, if we stay above 20K, no problems, man. But we do have an unfilled gap down here at 19,600, and they can go fill that. They could take it down to 18,757. There are so many unfilled gaps. It's crazy. Crazy unfilled gaps. So you're just, right, like we don't know our upside potential, and we've had a crazy run, and you're just starting to get long in the tooth and profit taking. There's nothing wrong with it. But hey, you're not in technical, you know, danger, I guess, until you're breaking 20K. You break 20K, you got an easy 19,600 target, okay, for the gap fill. That's it. No edge. You are extended. Very much extended. So what does that mean? There's just no value. Like you're just paying crazy premium. Like you were paying crazy premium up here in December to February. Premium, all-time high premium. You're doing it again. Russell 2000 ETF also filled a gap.
Can we look at 4def even though there are no harmonics?
Yeah, we don't have to have harmonics, man. Thank you so much, Seether. We might have some positive price action correlation to levels. Sometimes that's all we need. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at forward modas. Yeah. We'll do it. So 1.5% down on the day, down another 0.2% after hours. Coming for a back test, 209, 213. Wouldn't be weird. That's a long extended recovery. You're almost looking at 1, 2, 3, almost like 3 drives here, but no real strong, you know, exhaustion. Doesn't look too bad on the oscillators. So yeah, just long in the tooth, rally, and pulling back today. About time, you know. It's been ripping and roaring nonstop past couple weeks. And then gold, which looked like it was gonna, oh no, it's gonna sell off, and then it found its footing. You know, it's wild. It is inverse correlated, certainly, to the markets. And watching it play out in real time, where they were taking it lower as risk on was kind of okay, and then risk on started selling off, and then gold just started rallying and closed higher than it did on the 4th, which is kind of wild. So until you're breaking 34.30 though, you're just possibly waiting on a lower high to get put in before lower prices. Again, what a rally, consolidating sideways. They're trying to put in the highest lows ever. So really neutral right now, long-term uptrend. I hope it continues, man, for the gold bugs. It's wild. Yeah, silver that, you know, invalidated that head and shoulders. Wow, a lot of volatility, my God. So I had a bearish engulfing candle today. Highest price since June 18th, and that's it. I mean, nothing really. Everything, if you're above 35.41, you got nothing to worry about if you're long. It's all good, man. You're just going sideways. You know, it's turning into probably just a rectangle of some sort, right? There you go, between 35.41 and 37.18, rectangling. All right, take it back down to 35.41, bounce it back up 37. All right, we're going sideways. Sideways consolidation, kind of like what we saw in April to May. But life is just good above this 2012 level. Ancient.
BTBT today had me thinking I was still lit from July 4th.
What's up, people? Yeah, that thing after that confirmation low at key supports, boom, right? It's just, I'm glad Chloe and the Patreon asked about it, because she was like, what's going on with that? And I was like, well, let me, oh my, because I knew it had dumped, and then it's like, well, it just hit the support again and then kind of rallied off that level, and it was trading above, and it's like, this is good. This is a good piece of data. And then lo and behold, they really started taking it off. We'll look at that too, people. Thank you, dude, for 1414. Repeating, of course. All right, we got 29 minutes till the daily close in crypto. That is why we're here in a way. So looking at your gold, your silver. Nothing really crazy. Orange juice futures up. Oh my God, 7%. Oil was up a little bit. Guess what happened, man? The feeder cattle futures. Oh my God, chat. Jesus chimes. The highest close in history. Your cattle farmers on farmersonly.com. I can imagine they're updating their profile pictures with all the bling, with all the cows. They're probably getting so many matches right now. Farmersonly.com, baby. Let's do it. Need to go buy a farm. Just buy a couple cows, and that's the real flex. Okay? Forget your Bugattis and your Rolls Royces, and Rolls Royce, though, another level of that chart, RR dot. But it's all about the cows, the cattles, and show that grain in that picture too, so the ladies know. My God. Did my accent change? What happened? Or I don't know, dude. Or okay, it's about the TTS, yeah. Well, live cattle futures, just unbelievable, right? After such a powerful harmonic pattern developed, even with the type 2 return, manifested into a sell-off, into the highest low in the history of live cattle futures, and is rallying, and it's like, oh God, you're like, are we ascending, triangling? Like you pretty much got this going on now. Yeah, it's like, here you go, you got yourself a little sell wall with high lows, and it's like, no way, dude, huh? Reaccumulation up here? Why can't Bitcoin do this? Why does it have to be just garbage? manipulation, price suppression, futures trading, gap fills, can't break resistance for the 5th time, sell off, pump on the weekend and recapture, and it's back below. That's Bitcoin. It's just awful. This is just so cut and dry of strength. They cannot stop this for now anyway. That deep crab type 2 return is still active, so they could make a lower high here and it collapses, whatever, but you're just possibly setting up for another test of 218, 219. If they break that, it's just going to be 230 and beyond. Unreal. Positive Momo again. RSI climbing. Very close to the bullish control zone threshold. This is ridiculous. Nothing out there quite like this. Nothing. In terms of commodities, okay? These are the real kings. You got platinum's been on a meteoric rise. Still above 2011. 10 plus year, or 2021, it goes all the way back to 2006. You're above that, life's good. But you know, live cattle futures, feeder futures have been ongoing for multiple years. Okay, so this one's been nothing burger for so long. Congratulations on finally doing something. Palladium up on the new day. Composite man accumulating this. Probably going to see 1800. Give it 6 months to a year. Things are turning around for the metals. Whew. All right. Go to the Mag 7 real quick, and then we'll get to this request. Let's look at the worst. Save the worst for first. Yeah, issue, right? We talked about this because we already knew overnight what it was going to be, and it was going to be a gap down. And apparently Dave Portnoy today bought $10 million worth of Tesla. Said, hey, in 2 weeks it'll be back up. All right, Dave Portnoy's betting on it. Are you going to bet on it too? Had my friend text me about it, asking me. I'm like, dude, I mean, you gap down. I understand that. It's on sale. But it's like, man, we are just now testing 293 as resistance. Implications of that could be really, really bad. I mean, you got to look left and understand back from 2021, that rally, and then they tested it and it flipped. It was manufactured as resistance. And we had a major sell-off to $200 and lower. I mean, sub 200. So that's just such a insanely important level that you just cannot ignore. Right? When she fell back below that level on Tesla, it was doomed. Okay, so you're just, and look, I mean, it's perfect, right? July 2023. So you just have to understand the significance of the level that it is testing now pretty much as resistance, not support. Until we recapture $300, you have to be.
Did you know on BTC/year it didn't break the supply line recently like USD did? Also on BTC/year we didn't see all-time highs in May 25th. Frown.
Craig, man, what's up, dude? No, we can look at that. We'll look at it. Once I get through these requests and all that, I'll take a gander at Bitcoin to the Euro. Thank you, man. And we'll have a discussion, I guess. So with Tesla, right, just for insurance, to feel safer about owning the asset, you would truly want the price of the asset to be trading above $300 due to, again, the historical implications of this level being regarded as resistance. I mean, you're talking about a $200 Tesla if it's real. So let's let the dust settle. You know, people are obviously taking their bets. They're speculating on the dust settling where it's not a big deal. We're going to recapture the level. They are definitely gambling. That is a certain gamble that, a gap down and now testing levels as resistance, it's going to just reverse and that's it. That's a big gamble. So it's like, I hope the gamblers win. I'm never like trying to root against anybody or whatever, but it's just, it would be more prudent for you to, if you wanted to own the asset, for it to be above 300. Okay, this was the worst performing asset of the Mag 7. The second worst performer today was Apple, and saw its highest price intraday since April 2nd. Multi-month highs. Let's go, dude, on Apple. But had a pretty nasty turnaround, and I mean, for some sort of short-term trader, right, trying to long supports and sell at resistances, that was your upside potential between 214, 216, 220. And now, it's down 1.69% today and down another 0.5% after hours. 208.96, the blue line you can barely see, pretty much at its lows of the day. Unfilled gaps below us at 205. So all you can do is hope for, the selling can, possibly continues this week, and then we fill a couple gaps, and hopefully we just see a higher low get painted than all three of these lows, and we pivot in the coming weeks and we rally again, actually test 217, 220. Maybe we break it later, but that's all we got going on Apple. It was good, and then it was whack. All right.
Technology, what is that all about? Is it good or is it whack?
It was both, all right, on Apple. Google, not a good day. Not a good day at all. Took out most of the gains from the past 2 days. It's very elevated. Nothing wrong with Google up here, but I do have some concerns. Maybe. Again, like the trade setup's valid until we're falling below like 165 or whatever. But the issue I'm kind of starting to get on Google is like, wow, I mean, what is that? Here's a high, here's a higher high, here's a higher high, and here's now the same high. Like, you're showing just like continuation of bearish divergence on Google all of a sudden. It's like, ugh. Yeah, so, I mean, that's definitely momentum stagnating and then getting weak. And then what else is sucky about Google? Well, I'll show you. I mean, let's look. What is 60 again? 60 is the threshold for the bullish control zone. And you have pretty much rejected getting into the bullish control zone once and twice, I guess. That's not great. So again, they take it back to 168. It's okay, man. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you're just kind of you're just stalling out. You can see the price stalling. And the MACD histogram doesn't look great. RSI, not the best. So, all right. Maybe a test of 168, 63 has to happen again. Maybe they put in a higher low this time and then we run later. Not going to be that crazy. Not worried about it long term. Figure, give me enough time. I think we'll see 190, 200. But it might take a while, man. Chat, are you there? Chat's kind of dead, man. Here we go again. Nvidia, they filled the gap. They have an official gap fill from the second to third, and that's it. Closed down 0.69%, down 0.04% after hours. No big deal. It's trading above all-time highs. Unfilled gaps everywhere. We have unlimited gaps and on this wave. I mean, my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 unfilled gaps from the past 2 months of this wave. 7. So you figure at some point, at least a few will fill. You're looking at this and it's at an all-time high, and there's not much strategically we can do. You're paying all-time high premium. You could have no upside potential before these gaps fill. Like a retest of 140 could probably be really good. But yeah, I hope it continues, man, forever. Amazing company, Nvidia, changing the world literally. All right, what crypto kept saying it was going to do for 8 years that it never ended up doing, Nvidia is actually doing it. Wow. Good company. Oh yeah, ASST. That's Vivek Ramaswamy's Bitcoin treasury company. Up 100% today. Wow, I didn't know that. That's incredible. Stray, we haven't gotten to requests yet, so we're just getting through the Mag 7s. Okay, just the analysis, looking at them. Microsoft only down 0.22% today. It is super elevated near that $500 psychological level, as well as that 1272 fib extension. Nothing to do but look at it in awe, and it is definitely strong, right? It is one of your best performers today of these big tech boys. It's hard to even discern if there's divergence because there's like no pullback and then our second attempted rally. It's just kind of the same way. It's breakaway gap, running. Bots just auto bidding this stuff. So incredible. Meta, your second best performer today. As you can see, it was up for most of the day and then sold off into the close, down 0.09%, just up there, man. Not much to do as a swing trader because you're staring into the face of triple bearish divergence. I mean, it's so real. And bearish divergence, even on the RSI, it's just so undeniable. I hope it fails, but man, to long into bearish divergence on the daily is tough. You know your upside could be over. You could have zero upside potential. Buyers being exhausted. What if they pull it back to 632? You'd have a better entry most likely. But that's where we stand. Great day. Up 0.06% after hours, almost flat now on the day because of after hours trading. Amazon, the only one of the Mag 7 that closed up. Did it have? No, it was so close, man. How is that not true? How is that not real? Hold on. What? It was. Confirmed. Highest daily candle close since February 19th. So we have multi-month highs on Amazon on the close. Powerful stuff, man. But it is down 0.12% after hours, so who cares? Whatever. All right. So now we'll look at U.S. futures. Just kind of take a glimpse. You can see they've been selling off, but just hanging in there flat now, at least on the NASDAQ, Spider, Dow Jones. Let's see if the sell-off continues this evening into the morning. It would not be too surprising based on where a lot of these Mag 7s are and these big recoveries off their April lows. Okay. Let's see here. One sec. Let's see. Wow, unreal, dude. Unbelievable. You remember Rocket Lab, chat? Remember its humble beginnings as a Y-Cop accumulation structure, an M shape down here. This thing has graduated to NFL, right? Varsity athlete to NFL. All-time highs, up 9% today. Not sure what's going on. It is incredible. Unbeatable. Wow. If you didn't know, now you do. Keep it going, man. Parabola. You got miners, gold miners today. Look at this thing. CDE, I guess, bull flagging. Huge green candle, up 4%, up another 0.82% after hours. That was, let's see. That was the highest daily candle close on CDE since June 2021. So we're talking 4-year highs on the close on CDE. It's incredible. Tractor Supply Company had a great day today. It was up 3.9%, and they bottomed this thing out, you know. And now you're running back to old all-time highs, top of this range here. It's incredible. Pump this thing, man. Uber had a good day. Uber didn't just have a good day. Uber had its best day in human history, chat. Jesus chimes. Man, that $63 defense from buyers, that old harmonic peak support, well, violated support confirmation low, that is just so strong. You're looking for trends like that, man. Wow. Carvana had a good day. In fact, Carvana had its highest daily candle close. Oh my god, that's almost all-time highs. Highest daily candle close confirmed since August 16th, 2021. It is like your third or fourth highest daily candle close literally ever. Carvana, as they defended that $300 level, they're just running. So in some parts of the market, man, we got 1920s prosperity. No big deal, all right? Dollar Tree off it. Remember, it had its good back test these key levels. It saw a fresh close to 52-week highs. Highest daily candle close since July 30th, 29th of last year. Dollar Tree ripping and roaring. We'll just look at RGTI, which is a request. It's just on my watch list. Beautiful, right? It was the harmonic framework, 60 to 80% upside for this one down here, and it is doing very well. That was the highest daily candle close since May 28th. But the biggest deal about this one is they broke 1272 last week, and today they back tested the old all-time high from November 2021, formally as support, where you really didn't do that. It was almost May 23rd, but yeah, that is the first back test. It's down 1.3% after hours, but this is like 1855 target, gap fill target. Incredible. So I'm not sure if you had anything about it, Sam Wilson, but this had been covered. I'll give you the date on when we looked at it on stream too. Like that's, and then I posted it. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. It was May 8th. May 8th, and it was 60 to 80% upside potential. Right here. Right, there was so much upside. It was just the pattern had presented itself so well. Type 1 reaction, type 2 return. And that was it. You started making these higher lows. It looked real good. Some accumulation was coming in on the tail end, and just was great, man. Now you're up at 1375, and I think you would be going higher, probably. Hype in the chat. Quantum computing. Does that mean QBTS did well today too, or I didn't see it on the top gainers? No, QBTS was down 0.18%. Still down some in consolidation. I mean, if it's going to do what Rigetti did, it's probably going to break out and go to $20. And that'd be an all-time high. So, really strong. D-Wave computing. Up in all-time high territory. Bitcoin is doing okay on the 4-hour. 108.291. No selling pressure. All right. Cool, Asia. We'll stay trade. Asia's day trading crypto again. Yeah, not a great day here, but hey, considering some of the, Tesla and stuff, it's okay. All right, let's Walmart. If you forgot about Walmart, dude, I think it looks pretty good, man. Walmart might be time to go. You're like confirming a bottom here, not anywhere strategic or anything, but it's like you just have 1 and 2. Anything above $96 is really bullish on Walmart. And I think you now have a target of 104. Yeah, $104 for a gap fill from February. That is the target. Walmart, it looks like the buyers are reestablishing the uptrend here. And it's about to go berserk. Probably looking for all-time highs. Really good, man. Walmart. Hype in the chat. Freaking Walmart. Okay, Getty, and then dealer's choice. Okay, dealer's choice. Give me a sec. Walmart kind of dealer's choice. I mean, that is my dealer's choice. Okay, Walmart set up for higher prices. Let's freaking go. Maybe I'll do another one for fun. Just scan a little bit. God, Rolls Royce, ridiculous, man. Wow. That one looks crazy too. Look at this. Look at CL, Colgate Palmolive Company. That's some wild positive price action. Long-term uptrend. This is probably a really good spot, man. If you care about dividends and good stocks that make good money and provide services and goods to the world. This is it, man. This is probably a level. $86. So much demand they can't even test it. The old all-time high from December 2020. They tested it once, and there's so much. You have to think about the psychology. They tested it twice, right? And then the break of the supply line, like a dragon, and then they sell off and go sideways, legit for months, 3 months. And now, like they can't. The sellers are unable to go test that key level again. There's too much demand. 3 times. So I would think that's pretty good. That was the highest daily candle close today since late April. So, and you've recaptured the 200-day simple moving average, which it's been temporary, but yeah, this actually looks pretty good, man. Like some sort of Wyckoff reaccumulation, a different schematic. Maybe it's kind of like this. It could be off, but it just hello. Okay, my Windows isn't letting me open my folders, so great. Oh, I have it. Hold it. Maybe it'll open. Yeah, it's gonna open. Nice. So, what the, dude? Bro, okay, it was lagging. Okay, here it is. Here it is, man. Scaling it a little bit. It reminds me, CL reminds me a little bit of reaccumulation after decline. It's the weakest among reaccumulation types. Decline usually starts after a small local distribution pattern. It can have different variations of the trading range. So in a way, to me, it kind of looks like this is going on CL, right? You have the rally, the highest high ever. You sell off. You test some key levels, and then look, the higher low. See, they test the levels, and then there's so much demand they can't go lower, and they make a higher low, and then again, and it looks like you might be jumping across a creek, possibly, on CL. It's like this. Like, here's the creek. They've jumped across the creek. You know, descending triangle breakout too. So CL actually looks good for upside. So there's your dealer's choice, I guess. I just scanned a little bit. Boom. We've done it, man. Oh yeah, Stray? Boom, there you go, man. See? All right, Bitcoin 1083, 5 minutes to go. Pump this S, dude. Pump it all the way up, man. Let's go test 108,600 before the day closes. Hey, that's good because we won't bearish engulf, I don't think. That's fine. And US future, like Bitcoin is literally back synced up with US futures, with equities, with global liquidity. There is no more decoupling like we've seen. They are one and the same again. Yeah, I mean, any tick up you see, I watched all day. Any tick up in equities, Bitcoin got it too. Any tick down in equities, Bitcoin got it too. So you're back, man, to being a glorified tech stock. Very nice. Okay, let's look at Ford for Cedar. We were gonna Ford. We were gonna make some trucks, dude. Ah, beautiful. Wow, they've recaptured the key level. You are golden above 1091. What would be amazing if you could help it was down 1.86% today. If you could help it, this would be spectacular. Something like that. If you could get that, it's like easiest long of your life with the easiest stop loss. If we could pull back, so they've broken back above the key level. Let us now see them reconfirm the validity of that area as support. You always want that. Confirmation is good. And then local confirmation, like 1 and 2, makes it a no-brainer. So maybe they're turning things around. There's a ton of upside above $11 on Ford. As you can see, the easy target's 1439, 1466. That will be it. All right. Yeah, Ford. That's all I got. You know, it's not like a great entry literally right now. You'd probably want it to pull back. You'd probably want them to retest it, confirm it, and then maybe you got a better strategy. All right, on Fords. Even though no harmonics. No harmonics, man. But I'll say X, A, B, C, C. If this was the C to D wave, you'd be looking for a gap fill target minimum 1367. So there you go, man. Ford, not bad. Let's look at GM real quick too. Why not? General Motors. Oh boy, that's phenomenal. It's beginning to play out. It's a dragon, inverse head and shoulders situation. Two different types of structures that are both the same narrative. A pullback at 49 to test 49 would be amazing. Resistance, 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 all that becomes support. They haven't done that yet. So you'd want to pull back. It could be a really good re-entry for easy stop loss. And then, yeah, you got high-end targets. Gap fill at $60. It's the dragon. Yeah, I like GM better than Ford a little bit just due to the structures. But Ford still got great upside if we maybe get a back test. All right. Excuse me. Let's look at BTBT for people. BTBT. Boom. Up 18+%. Guess what? Up 10% after hours. This is what can happen after spring back tests, confirmation lows, recapturing key levels. History just repeats itself. Did it again. Wow. Up 28% today total. Currently trading at its highest price since January. Unbelievable. It's like, how could this be happening with Bitcoin just kind of, range bottoms. It was all technical, man. It was beautiful. They had a little shakeout too, but right above it, it's been straight line up. So let's just say BTBT since June 30th, up 87% in 7 days. Chloe, I hope you were deep on this one. My God, you were asking about it. You were right to ask about it. I'm glad you did. Incredible. People, you too. I hope you also were up in this thing. Now you're starting to get to the threshold though. 441. I mean, there's an unfilled gap now, so you know this thing's volatile and could blow off top or just pull back violently. You could have a 20% down day at some point, so don't get too greedy, but you know, 440 is probably your big target. And of course they could break it and it goes way higher. I'm just saying. Talking about if you're being strategic on the bottom side, you kind of want to try to be strategic on the top side too. All right, let's look at Bitcoin paired against the euro. Oh, no, just kidding. Jesus chimes. Another one, sorry. Bitcoin's daily has closed. Let's go back to it for a sec. All right, so not as big of a deal. The sell-off. Okay, we do not. All right, there's good news. We no longer have a bearish engulfing candle confirmed. That's good. But the bad news is we have unfortunately fallen below all levels of support resistance that we wanted to be above. We confirmed 109.35801 as resistance, not once but twice, with a tweezer top reversal potentially. We have fallen back within the parameters of the downsloping channel, which means if it's a real bearish breakdown, they go and retest it, you know, today at 108.6. That means there's so much downside potential. You have to be really careful because people are anticipating all-time highs now to this month. It has to happen. I'm telling you. That's crypto Twitter right now. But that right there was definitely some sort of rejection until it's not. Again, I will be the first person to tweet, ping you in the Discord if or when Bitcoin's going above 109.8 and it was all a bad dream. I will be the first person to tweet you, okay? But until then, we have to take this thing at face value that we have been rejected, okay? And if you're rejected and and there doesn't have to be, but if there's a bearish back test and it holds below 108.6 for too much time, you know the downside potential could be all the way down to $99,000, $100,000. It's just how it is, man. That's how these channels work. There was a channel that was just like this last summer. I got rid of it because it gets too busy with all the levels, but we had 1 and 2 initially. It was this. It was literally this. They would test it, they would test it, they would test it, exceed it, fall back in, bearish back test, and roll over to the bottom of the range. Rally, the same thing. They would break through it up to us. Oh my God, we're going to do it back below it and all the way to the bottom of the channel, over and over and over. And look how perfect it was in the end. This is also a 786 1414 confluent kind of cipher. It was beautiful. So I'm just saying, right? You're just at that top end of things where people are at. It's gonna break out. It's gonna break out. I'm telling you, dude. That's the way it was that last summer, dude. Believe me, I was here every day for this stuff. We're gonna. A month later, we're gonna. Here we are again. We're gonna. Okay, so that's like kind of that's how we've concluded things today. No bearish engulfing, Robbie. Nope. At least we got that going for us, which is nice. I mean, that is literally the meme, isn't it? Real quick, shout out to Toadman. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon/Citadel. Rejoined? Says he joined for the first time. Maybe he joined just the Citadel for the first time, but he's been a patron. Thanks so much, Toadman, for the pledge support in the Patreon/Citadel. I really appreciate that, man. Also, thank you so much to Beard Dreams. Thank you for the 3 months continued support in the Citadel/Patreon. Struggling, man. Thank you so much for the 22 freaking months of continued support. So grateful for y'all. Remember, this is a 100% crowdsourced community. Okay, I don't have sponsorships. I don't have deals. I haven't had sponsorships. I haven't had deals for 7.5 years voluntarily to ensure my integrity to you. And so that's how it is, man. All right, and that's the way it's gonna remain on this channel. It is expensive to be scrupulous. It costs money, lots of it, because hey, I can just take 5 figures every mania for months. Nah, I'm good. I would not like to sell my soul. So yeah, thank y'all so much for the continued support. Anyone who is tipping on stream, join the Patreon, buying merch, whatever. Y'all are the ones that keep this show rolling for as long as you have. So very grateful for each and every one of you. Anyone watching the stream, hit the like button. That is a form of support, and I do appreciate that a lot. So thank y'all. Let's look at Bitcoin to the Euro real quick. Let's see what he's talking about, Mr. Craig. Bitcoin to the Euro. I don't have any. I don't really look at this. Oh god, it's underperforming so bad. Wow, that's crazy. Did it make an 886? So, no, I hit a 786. Same situation though of concern with price action correlation to the supply line. Not my opinion. It's actually perfect. It is a perfect. There is no controversy like we had on the U.S. dollar. Oh my God, we're gonna break. We're gonna do fake out, bro. No, here it's like perfect test. Resistance. For the last 5 days. Supply at supply line. Very real. Gotta love that. I mean, in terms of just technicals, that's some incredible respect. Wow, we got on the bottom side too. Beautiful channel here. Dang, man. So unless we're breaking out, there is tremendous downside potential if this fails. I mean, if what we're witnessing, bearish back test, supply at supply line, if the buyers relent, there you could be going to 83K paired against the euro. What do I hope? Hey, if you ask me, Mitch, what do you hope happens? I hope literally in 10 minutes we're breaking all resistance and we're going to freaking all-time highs. That's what I hope. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. I'm just showing you data that exists in current time. And you have to make of that what you will. We did not break resistance at any point with a candle close. Only tests that were failures. Not good. In fact, it's more like...
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
Dang, dude, pay attention to that. DXY. Hey, bullish engulfing candle. We've recaptured key levels. We were looking at some bullish divergence. And that's going to put some pressure on, some risk on assets, right? Like, Bitcoin and big tech, right? Good DXY. Not great for other currency pairs or anything. And this one's long extended drawdown. I mean, this one's like a bullish dragon in the making, right? You're in your potential C point completion. X, A, B, C point. Sellers exhausted. They're recapturing an unbelievable level that goes back to the 1970s, I believe. They're back above it. Okay. All right, man. Well, I've been live now for over an hour, and I think I got through, the requests. It's just a typical Monday, nothing special, nothing crazy. Just giving you the data as it stands today. Tomorrow, I could show up live, and we have a huge green engulfing candle. We're above 110. I cannot wait. I hope to God that happens. But until that happens, I'm just telling you, potentially we have a tweezer top reversal, failed bullish breakout of like everything, and that's it. That's where we are today. Don't get mad. Don't call me negative just for identifying what currently exists with a candle close on the daily. I hope it fails, but again, the invalidation point for the potential tweezer top reversal. Invalidation point would be the price of Bitcoin exceeding $109,000, $109,734. That is the level that the candle must be breaking to invalidate a tweezer top reversal at key inflection point. All right, that's it. Until then, be very cautious. We expect nothing. People do. People expect things. Many people. I'm literally on X, and I'm seeing people that are literally expecting higher prices like are imminent in the coming days. That's the way people are literally typing on the internet. And I'm like, oh, wow, some people got some serious confidence. They must know something I don't know. I'm just looking at the data that we are getting on a chart correlating to key levels. So, make of that what you will. I hope they're right. That's all I can say. So thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. We'll just see how this goes. Hope we're coming back tomorrow. Positive. We are so back. Let's freaking go. But if not, we'll be here anyway. So I'll be back. Till next time. Respect. The T. Hey. Oh, I don't like this song. Sorry, I don't like weird high pitched women singing. Sorry.
slow. Wind it down low. Wind it slow.